Okay, so I've opened up my second VMware client, the one that's going to be the host behind the CentOS server router, and I opened it up and I tried to get a web page basically, which would go to the CentOS router, and then the CentOS router would need to return the web page. Now I haven't installed Squid Proxy yet, so I'm not filtering, but as you can see, I can't get a web page through the CentOS server yet. So even though NAT's set up, there's something blocking us. So what we'll do is, let's take a quick look. So we'll say IP tables dash L, right? And we'll just take a look at, whoops, I put a space in here, IP tables dash L, and we'll take a look at our tables. And you can see here that we've got on our input chain, we have a reject message, reject all from any source to any destination, right? And we have that in here right now. And we also have on our forwarding policy, right, which would mean forwarding right through the router essentially. We also have a reject all protocols, right? All protocols. There's the protocols from source anywhere to destination anywhere. So let's see if we can remove those and then see if it will allow traffic to be forwarded through the router and then returned back to the machine because of the forwarding that we set up. So let's see if we can do that. So what we'll do is we'll say IP tables table, and we'll do, first of all, we'll remove it on the input table. So we'll say T filter dash capital D and then capitals input, so the input table, and capital D is for delete, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to delete the dash J reject double dash RE reject dash with ICMP dash host dash prohibited. Okay, so we put in that command right there, and then we'll put it up, and we'll also do it for the forward policy. And I got to spell it correctly here. All right, T filter delete capital D forward dash J reject and reject with ICMP host. So we're rejecting, basically we're deleting this line right here from the forward policy, and we're deleting this line from the input chain, right? And let's see here, after we put in those commands, right, we'll take a look again at the IP tables, and you can see now we don't have those rejects on the input and on the forward. And so now, if we go back to our client here and we try to get to Google, we'll see if it's allowed through. And you can see now it's allowed through. So now, essentially, our request from our host on the private side is from this host right here, the Fedora host on the private side, is hitting the router, and the router is forwarding the data out to the internet. It's natting it and changing the address from 11.100 to 2.102 and putting a port number on there, a random port number, so that it can return the traffic to this specific host. And so we have natting working, and we have forwarding or IP forwarding or routing working coming from the private side to essentially the public side over here, and with the CentOS server routing right in the middle. So we've just successfully set up the routing and the NAT. And now what we want to do is install Squid and basically have it filter those requests using Squid as a transparent proxy, and that's what we're going to do next. So now let's install Squid and turn the CentOS router natting machine into also a transparent proxy. And to do that, what we'll do is we'll go back to our CentOS server, right here, and I'll just type in the clear command, and I'll say yum install squid. Okay, we'll put in a Y for yes, and we're ready to install, so we hit enter, and so it's going to download the packages and install squid. You can see here that it's installing some extra packages. We've got Perl here, and you can see it's RPM Red Hat Package Manager that we're using. All right, and importing this, we'll hit Y and then enter, yes. Okay, it looks like it finished installing and it says complete, so it looks like it was a success. So now that it's a success, what we need to do is go in and edit the squid.conf file so we can set it up as a transparent proxy. So what I'll do is I'll change directory into the etc directory, and then I'll do an ls command, and we're looking for, let's see here, the squid directory. Do we have it? So there it is. There's the squid folder. So we'll go into there, change directory into squid, and then do an ls command, and there it is, squid.conf file. So this is the file that we want to edit, and so let's go ahead and edit it. So what I'll do is we'll edit it in vi. So I'll type in vim squid.conf. All right, and now we're in the vi or vim text editor, and what we want to do is we want to go into insert mode so that we can insert some text and edit some text. So what we'll do is we'll type I, and we're going to scroll down, and we're looking for HTTP port, and you can see here it says squid normally listens on to port 3128. So HTTP underscore port 3128, and then right here this is where you would put transparent, but with the new version of squid we need to type in the word intercept. All right, so now that we've typed in intercept, what we'll do is we'll hit escape to leave insert mode, and now we're in command mode, and now we'll just type in a colon, and the colon takes us down here to command line mode at the bottom, and we can save the file by typing in WQ and enter. All right, and so now we've edited the file, and now squid should be a transparent proxy, and all we have to do now is start up squid. So we'll say service squid restart. All right, and it failed because it wasn't started to begin with. Starting squid, okay, so it looks like squid started up okay. Now if we go to our Fedora client and we hit refresh, we should pick up the web page just as before, because right now we're not blocking anything. And not only that, we haven't set up a rule in IP tables to actually send intercept web traffic by our CentOS router and send it to the squid server on port 3128. So that's what we need to do next. Okay, to do that, what we're going to do is I'm back in the CentOS server, and I'll type in clear. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in IP tables -t tables, and then we're going to go to the NAT table, and we're going to do a capital A for add, and we're going to type in pre-routing in all capitals, and we're going to put in the input interface. So -I input on ETH1. So we're going to capture traffic coming from ETH1 on the private side network on the input interface, right? Input into ETH1, and then -P for protocol, TCP, destination port 80, dash J destination NAT double dash 2 192.168.111.1 colon 3128, which is the port that Squid is listening on. So this command right here, IP tables, NAT table, pre-routing, input interface on Ethernet 1, protocol TCP, destination port 80. We're going to J change it to destination NAT double dash 2 11.1 on port 3128. And before I hit enter, I think I need to put in a space in between double dash D port and 80. So we'll put that in there and hit enter. Bad argument A. Alright, let's see here. Okay, let's do an up arrow and we'll stick a dash in front of the A and we'll try again. Enter. Alright, that time it worked. So there is the final command, and then we'll take a look at it. IP tables dash L. And that's not the NAT table, so let's take a look at that again. So IP tables dash L dash T NAT. Alright, and you can see now the destination NAT TCP from source anywhere to destination anywhere, and TCP destination port, TCP DPT destination port, HTTP on the web port. We're going to change it to 111.1, which is our gateway on port 3128, and that should send all traffic to the Squid server. So now that we've done that, let's see if Squid is getting any access to it. So what we can do is we can do a cat, and what we'll do is we'll cat to root var log squid access.log. We'll take a look, and you can see that we're not getting anything in there, right? But what we'll do is now we'll go to our Fedora client and we'll put in our password and we'll refresh this page and maybe even open up a second page here. We'll go to Yahoo. Alright, there's Yahoo. There's that. So our client has picked up the page through the router, and now what we can do is we'll cat that log again, and you can see that when I catted the log, now you can see that Squid is receiving these requests and transferring those requests, so it's working. We are directing traffic and natting traffic to our Squid server as a transparent proxy, and it's forwarding the data. Now what we can do is we can change our IP tables a little bit to add a little bit of security here though as well. So that's what we'll do next. Type in clear. And what we'll do now is, right now, if we look at our IP tables command -L listed out, you can see that we're accepting anything from anywhere, right? And we're not really rejecting anything. So what we'll do is we'll put in a little security on this. So we'll say is IP tables -T filter capital A for add input, and we'll say -P protocol TCP destination port 3128. So we'll accept destination port from 3128, which will be our Squid server, right? And then the J decision will be accept. We'll put that in, and we'll see that now in our table. There it is. Notice how it goes to the bottom of the list on this chain input policy accept, right? And we said J decision accept, right? We'll accept from any source to any destination on the port for Squid. And now what we'll do is we'll say, okay, but IP tables dash A input dash J reject, and we'll say reject dash with ICMP host. We're basically putting this back, prohibited, and we'll hit enter, and we'll now once again take a look at our table. And when we look at our table now, you can see that at the end of chain input policy accept, we've got a reject statement, all protocols from any source to any destination.